Breaking emergency disturbing news. Tariq Johnson, you remember that name? He appeared on Tucker Carlson. The Capitol Police officer ignored by the January 6th panel amid footage that got released that was inconvenient to their story. The man famously known for wearing the MAGA hat, sitting here by Oath Keepers, attempting something that no one agreed with. Well, him now releasing this emergency update. I was going to wait until Monday for this, but things are developing rapidly, so I must inform the public now in a series of tweets. Was this the potential of another failed assassination attempt against President Donald J. Trump? And this wasn't that long ago. No, it was within the last address you saw him make. But not the only event that occurred that makes this even worse. No, this was the second event. And what have you heard about it? I'll tell you what you've heard about it. Nothing. Nothing. And why? It's a story I will cover for you here in just 1 minute. Okay, folks, we're viewing a completely changing global paradigm. Trump is uprooting the system as we've known it. Atlanticism versus the Monroe Doctrine, if you want to get super technical, which pushes you way back into history. And of course, Ukraine, now sitting in a central hub of all of this. Goes all the way back to Paul Manafort when they put in a leader that was allegedly too sensitive with Putin, too cooperative with Putin. Sound familiar? Oh, the Russia story was created for a reason, because there was a lot of things that they didn't want to get out. Oh, no, those Podesta emails just destroyed everyone. Don't worry, I'm going to get specific here. Before I do, because once I start this rant, we're not going to stop. I need a favor from you. For those of you that have chose to support me here on this platform, and by the way, I want to get something clear. I understand that not everyone has the means to do that. Your comments, your shares, the simple fact that you subscribe to this channel means the world to me. Yes, those certain people do have means to support it further to help keep these lights and cameras on, and for that I am ever appreciative. Those of you who've joined with supers, those of you who joined as members, and those of you who have taken the extra step and gone to Restricted Republic to support me. Thank you so much. It's a platform Lisa Haven and I created to bring you the news that can't be discussed anywhere else. And we want you there today. Join our family over there. Your support in any way, shape, or form is appreciated. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you think you are, double check, because it's the only way you're alerted to upcoming broadcasts. U.S. leaves planning for new military exercises in Europe. Trump continues to detach from NATO. I am 100% in support of this. Understanding history, understanding what he's fighting against, you'll quickly understand why he needs to depart from NATO, the militarization arm of the plan that he now opposes. This map, not good. Not good for Ukraine at all. At first blush, doesn't look like much, right? Just a bunch of dots on a map. Ukraine forces fighting inside Russia are almost surrounded. Zelensky's day is coming to an end. It's not if, it's when. Trump's helping Putin. Oh, that storyline in itself goes to a much larger story. Is he helping Putin? After all the Russia we had to hear for years, do you understand what the basis of that was and what they were fighting against? And how it involves the Clintons? How it involves the Council on Foreign Relations? We could continue to go through the litany of storylines and why it was so closely associated with Trump, or actually the beginning, Paul Manafort, who pushed for a different leader in Ukraine. One that was viewed as too sensitive to Russia. Boy, sound like a familiar storyline? Well, it fit into the larger storyline, didn't it? and someone called Christopher Steele and a dossier. It's all interconnected. The situation for Ukraine is very bad. Now there is not much left until Ukrainian forces will either be encircled or forced to withdraw. A withdrawal would mean running a dangerous gauntlet where the forces would be constantly threatened by Russian drones and artillery. Their day is done. Negotiate for peace or potentially be eradicated. But let's roll this threat level forward a whole nother step further, right? Why is Trump in so much danger? Remember the Biden regime. Assad's fall in Syria is a fundamental act of justice, but also a moment of risk. Oh, that moment of risk just became crystal clear now, didn't it? You took the risk, resulting in 2 days of clashes and revenge killings in Syria, leaving more than 1,000 people dead. Retribution killings between Sunnis and Alawites in the heavily Christian region of the area. They started on Friday by Sunni Muslim gunmen loyal to the government against members of Assad's minority. Who warned us of this? Tulsi Gabbard warned us. Warning to Senate on Syria proves prophetic as al-Qaeda-linked regime slaughters minorities. On March 8th, yesterday. I don't like either leader, but sometimes the evil you know is not as bad as the evil you didn't know, and now thousands of lives are gone. One such life. He is originally from Christian village, having been displaced by jihadist terrorists, has now been executed, along with his family, by this man. How's Biden's warning now a fundamental act of justice feel, huh? Just one of many threats now, isn't it?
The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war on America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels,
which he's doing. New reports coming out on this. P-3B Orion spy plane has been spotted above Mexico, raising the threat level more. Now we have those that support Ukraine. We have the disaster in Syria. We have the war waging in Mexico as Trump tries to reset everything, but not enough yet. His protection should be paramount right now, right? Just wait till the end. You think your blood boiling, just wait. Iran's UN mission on Trump's claim, we haven't received any such letters, so we're going to go ahead and just reject nuclear negotiations for the moment. Well, that's a grand idea, isn't it? Another country thrown into the turmoil. France making things worse. I covered this yesterday. Watch the video. If you're restricted, just go back to the prior video. If you're on any other platform watching this, go to Lisa Haven's channel. Watch the video I posted. You'll understand a lot more about this. France has nuclear umbrella. Could its European allies fit underneath it? Well, that umbrella really isn't so big. Any nuclear umbrella is bad. But let's just play it by the numbers, shall we? France, 290 warheads. UK, 225 warheads. Russia, 5,889. Hey, Macron, sure that's the card you want to play? You want to destroy the entire world because you can't stop perpetuating this war? It's disgusting, isn't it? Just putting everything in perspective. But if that's not enough why Trump's in danger, let's just add in Gaza, Israel, Hamas. You read the message. I read it to you last week. Shalom, Hamas, which means hello and goodbye. Back off. Because if you do anything else, you are dead. Make a decision. Release the hostages now or it'll be hell to pay later. Again, you'd want to preserve, protect Donald J. Trump. But you can only do that here for right now when he's maybe on Capitol Hill. Maybe that'd be the first place you should really watch after him, huh? Capitol Hill has its own problems, doesn't it? Reports coming out, sex, drinking, and dementia. 25 lawmakers spill on what Congress is really like. Or some House members have mental faculties so diminished they can no longer do their jobs. Others voting drunk or high. This is the state of our union, huh? What are you talking about, Justice? Oh, we could just talk about Congressman Kate Granger. What happened with her? Oh, that's right. She was checked into a facility for many months, not voting, but yet didn't go to step down from her seat. How high does this go? Well, we saw how high it goes, to the highest levels of government now, doesn't it? This is the state of our union. There's no question that somewhere between 6 and a dozen of my colleagues are at a point where I think they don't have the faculties to do their job, and they're going to be voting on things that represent the national interest of the great Republic of the United States of America, the very security of the great Republic of the United States of America, but yet their own congressional members are saying they don't have the mental faculties to do so. Then why hell are they still in their seats? Step down if you have any interest in this United States of America. Trump's trying to clean house. We see it every day now, ousting Jeffrey Ragsdale, head of Office of Professional Responsibility, Liz Oyer, U.S. Pardon Attorney. But can he do it fast enough? I'm about to prove to you it could never be fast enough. What's AOC? The Justice Democrats worried about? Oh, that's right. They're having you and I pay for their dance lessons and parties. $3,384. On 9/18 of 2024, she spent for food at Taco Bamba Shirlington. Imagine how many people you had a party for $3,384 of tacos. But you had a great time at the party, obviously. Must have had a great dance-off because we also paid for her dancing lessons. That's what our Congress is worried about right now. But she had a few people to invite. Those she's paying. 19 employees she's hired. $459,000. Or three interns. $19,102. One of those who just self-deported because they were here illegally. Can't see why Doge exists, huh? Jasmine Crockett did this video again. Step back, watch it. I covered this all yesterday. She is not what she appears. And you're paying for her car lease, $999 a month. No, I don't have to look at the screen because it's all right here. Maybe we should add that to her 3 luxury cars that she has. Oh, but she represents. She's straight from the street, huh? Till I show you the transformation she did. Again, restricted. Just step back to the video I did yesterday. Anyone else, I'll put a link above. Watch it. Make sure you subscribe while you're there. You need to have your eyes open quick. And then my least favorite, Eric Swalwell. Spent millions of dollars of campaign funds on his own childcare costs, 4-season steakhouses, and a stay at Burj Al Arab in Dubai. Oh, isn't it nice, huh? Hey, Eric, you want my wallet? You like my credit card? You'd probably take it in a heartbeat. You'd think I was donating to the cause. The cause that has put, ultimately, President Trump's life in danger. Headline story. Sit back, be prepared. It goes back to Tariq Johnson, the man who appeared on Tucker Carlson J6 panel, didn't want to interview him, didn't like the information he was going to give. We should have been better prepared for that day, and we could have been better prepared that day if the information was disseminated like it was supposed to be, stating it wasn't. The man in the crowd with the MAGA hat, right? Well, he's back. And he's pissed. And you're about to be right alongside with him. Breaking message to USCP Chief J. Thomas Menger. I know you see the date, February 27. Don't worry. Oh, this circles forward. What did this letter state exactly? First, I'd like to thank you for taking... I'm going to let you go full screen so you could be as irate as I am. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to read this letter, as I know you're extremely busy, so I'll get right to the point. I was informed by multiple sources that on January 20th of 2025 in the United States Capitol, high-ranking United States Capitol police official authorized an uninvited guest to attend President Trump's swearing-in ceremony. Now, there's a problem with that because the guest was allowed to bypass security and was in possession of a handgun. If the invitation was impromptu, is the accusation, that would mean the guest was not vetted in advance by either the United States Capitol Police or the United States Secret Service. To make matters worse, I've been told that this unvetted guest was spotted in multiple locations where President Trump was only feet away from him with a handgun, unvetted. Finally, my sources tell me that the USCP official involved is now under investigation because of this incident and was transferred out of the Protective Services Bureau until the conclusion of the investigation. Arrest and handcuffs never seem to quite make it into these scenarios, now do they? It's only the safety and security of President Donald J. Trump. I mean, what's the big deal? He's barely in any danger or under threat at all, huh? After everything I just covered for you, and that's a fraction of what he's doing? But this isn't worse. This isn't the worst of it. Oh no, it gets much worse. Tariq Johnson again, breaking news. Message again to USCP Chief J. Thomas Manger. How this man is in his seat still, I will never understand. Here we go again. Today I just received the information of what occurred on Tuesday, March 4th. On the day President Trump addressed the nation from the United States Capitol. You clearly are going to try to conceal it from the public as much as you can, but you must understand it will not be possible for you to conceal anything as long as I am breathing. By the way, Tariq Johnson voted for Biden, just so you're aware. This is not a Trump supporter. I think he's quickly turning into one, though. My opinion. His accusation, with that said, you have until 12 p.m. Monday morning to fully brief the American public on what occurred on Tuesday. If you do not, I will, and in the future, you will not be offered advance notice of these reports. There is no doubt in my mind that you are arguably the most corrupt politician in the history of our country. But after what I've heard today, you are taking your treachery to an all-time height. Oh, this man is pissed. You have to know I'm getting this information from people who work for you. Why do you think that is? It's because they don't want your treacherous stink on them, and they are praying that one day soon you will step down. Lastly, you have not provided any explanation. Boy, this got me wondering, right? What the heck did Tariq find out? Why is he so irate? We are waiting for the answer, he states. I'll give you till Monday, but this must be so bad that he couldn't wait until Monday. He puts out a subsequent post, and this one. I knew something didn't feel right last night. I woke up with the butt crack. Well, I would like to say the butt crack dawn, but it's still pitch black. It's 4 a.m. I know, you do the news, you get up early, right? I'm just trying to calm myself down before I read this to you. But let's jump into it. Emergency update. I was going to wait until Monday for this, but things are developing rapidly, so I must inform the public now in a series of tweets. In other words, somebody's going to try to cover for this. Tariq found out that they have a cover story, so he's going to jump in front of it before the cover story comes out. I can almost tell you with 100% certainty that's what's going on. Here's what's happening. On Tuesday, a House staffer gained entry into one of the House office buildings that leads to the U.S. Capitol. The staffer was in possession of a gun, another one. He was eventually caught and arrested. And have you heard a word about this? Because I haven't heard anything. What makes the problem even worse, I'm told the staffer asked after his arrest what the problem was. What's the big deal? And no one said anything to him about bringing the gun in the previous day. Not once did he bring the gun in, but twice, 2 days in a row. This is the fourth instance of a gun being brought in a building policed by USCP Chief J. Thomas Manger since Trump was elected president. What is frightening to me is that both dates that President Trump attended events at the Capitol, it was on a date where a gun made it in one of the buildings. And I'm told one of the guns made it into the room where President Trump was actually in and only feet away from him. This can't happen. I'm still getting more information on this, and I'll have another tweet tomorrow. OMG. If this is proven to be factually accurate and substantiated, the repercussions should be extreme. Now, one man trying to set this world back in order isn't being protected adequately if this is proven to be true. The man now who should be under the greatest security available has a handgun within feet of him. I knew something wasn't right last night. I knew it. And now we get this. What say you? What's your thoughts on this? Am I overreacting? Am I being irrational? Am I being over-emotional? Please, if I am, tell me. But if I'm not, I need to see it in the comments below, because this is absolutely unacceptable, and that is an understatement. That's why I say at the end of every broadcast lately, we need to pray for President Trump and his safety. An incident, if it was to occur, would set us back, as we've seen now, almost forever. The forces that have worked to destroy this great republic of the United States of America, foreign and domestic, almost got it done. And the man trying to reset the clock isn't being secured. How disgusting is that? More information to follow on this, I promise you that. I love you all. Until next time, again, please pray for President Trump's safety. Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.